The weight of light. In chapels of hours and temples of light, the waves of prayers are so silent, but rattle the cornices, tremble the saints, the knock-kneed vespers and matins, mosaics with serpentines, candles with night, the goblets with waters of sacrament, the winds of poets unleash the restraints, the silhouettes buried in coffins, the hand-clasped fingers of instruments that bowed in the paeans of silences, the wings of the windswept graces hover within the sound that light makes, floating in sea bells cast to the currents that glides on the pale skeins of vision, into the clamor that calls to the quiet spaces where elements tremble and shake, as blue moons measure, lift the ascent into the wilding of time, into sensation, into an otherness, breath of a riot that hears what it sees, a textural instant, the layers of matter that speak of a void that once became sensate, then was destroyed. Gravity floats to the edge of the sun. Spheres that devolve and spin backwards revolve in the semblance of inner resolve. Prayers have been answers, and hands have been hope. Love is nothing but one. And strangers congeal like letters in words as sound waves subliminate. Music evolves into the seas of the winds and the sands, measures where sunlight rained and poured as time was lost to the time that it wasn't, and silverfish walk where water is not. Sing for them then who hear what they see, that sirens and energy filled with effusives, sermons that mount to the crest of the heart, open to closure with stitches and needles that darn the skin into fleshes so free from remorse, and the gilding of missives, the epigram epics that tailor the art, expanses compressed that spin on a wheel, deepens and elevates, takes what it gives, beside but apart, as the night in the day, where darkness is brilliant, singing its say. The curtains of sunlight, latticed in streaks, warm on my knees, stripes on my calves, wince as I look through blinds half drawn, and as I look outward, within is the movement, a motion that renders the space that it seeks. To speak as a word would sense that it leaves, out through the music whispers have sown, into dulled layers of lattice-lit light, present and past that are measured in shadow, loves that are mingled with all things that shimmer, the heat that is soothing the simmering ear. As black and white exit the regions of gray, overwhelmed then are distinct, as memory forges a link through the distances made by the sun, still silent, abundant, and warming the windows, as it wakes all the yesterdays into today, but clouds have converted the brightness to this, though constant it never was night, nor none, so forms ever present in sounds and shadows give light its weight, and heat its own emphasis, pinning the feet of chameleons on sunstones, keeping the light in the heat of its bones. I am grateful for shades as sun can be blinding, nor mellow, but rain is the hope of the flowers, and seas would be nothing without it or ice that melts in the moments that tempests of heat storm through the oceans of temporal singing, as now what we are is the waters of ethers, the strains and divisions of cells that sacrifice, binding themselves in another complete, the bonds of a human that burst into being, breathing the light in the airs that it eats, in the white tablets of sun's streaming sheets. The touch of the fingers smells the warm coffee, the stains on the cup side that drip as if sweat from yesterday's water still tall in the glass. I haven't drunk now, though I tasted it then, and urgency rocks me, moves like the AC that battles the sun, to chill in these temperate moments that fly, in the minutes that pass. Even if man-made, it still is the wind that moves as a breeze that I haven't felt yet, but I listen, touch, and then see what I hear, as minutes of moments appear, disappear. A calling came in. It's the voice of a friend, a mythical painter, a mystical child. And if I am him, then these notes are a chorus that settle in domes, that move in the arches, each note the same. They begin where they end. This peace here is quiet. Laughter has smiled, and what I feel senses the clouds so porous that even the sunlight can rain love through us, as happiness gladdens, the temperance mild. So wherever you are, and whoever I am, something's outside us, and in it we become.